It's your boy Superman 2000. Man, I've had one of the roughest weekends ever. Oh, rough. Worked all night last night. Did not get a chance to watch the fight. Got up early this morning. Just watch all the fights. Oh, what was spectacular. No, UFC 206 was good. I really liked what Max Holloway did. Anthony Pettis gave us his best shot. I really liked how it was just amazing fight. Makes me almost want to say, hey, I wish there was a Conor McGregor Holloway rematch. It was really good. I liked how Holloway used the ring and the fight triangle to avoid the switch kick, to avoid the head kicks, and to avoid the high kicks. Every time that Pettis got in the position to throw the high kick, he would step to the side, and that will force Pettis to have to switch up. In Taekwondo, we call it open close defense, where one person is closed, one person is open. You have to, if you're both open, you're standing side by side, and one person has to switch the position to throw the kick. So basically, that's what happened. In the third round, Pettis broke his hand. It's called a boxer's fracture. Pretty much, you threw a punch, you didn't connect solid. The skull, one of the hardest bone in the body, so your fist hit the head. And what happens is that this knuckle right here, this one right here, you see it? Yeah, this one right here by a little finger, or this one up here. These two slide all, they come loose and they slide all the way down. So what's going to happen is that they're probably going to inject him with some kind of local, something to numb the pain, really numb the pain, and pop the knuckle back in, put a suture in or a small metal rod so you can have movement in the finger, and then they'll probably bandage it up and you get a medical suspension. So I did like that. Even though the broken hand, he came out. Pettis relied on the jab to set up a lot of high kicks, but because Holloway was able to utilize the fight triangle, Pettis wasn't able to really capitalize like he should have. And then towards the end, Holloway just took him out in deep waters and took him down. That was really sweet. So I'm very impressed by Holloway, and he's on fire. Now, Cannabis Hills told me Holloway was percolating. Big Willie told me Holloway was percolating. John Smith told me Holloway was percolating. And I was like, that Holloway, yeah, he's good. But he's been on a tremendous winning streak. And out of my peripherals, I was like, yeah, I know he's been on a tremendous winning streak. But there's lots of other guys in the division who's been fighting just as hard to get there. I really have to see how it pan out once the Conor gets stripped of the title. And if you're a casual fan of UFC, then maybe this event probably wasn't for you. But if you like mixed martial arts, then this was definitely an event for you. Definitely panned out good. I feel sorry for Pettis because he missed the weight, which I'm not surprised that a lot. I believe going forward, a lot of UFC fighters are going to start missing the weight because they're all muscle. I mean, now I have a very flabby body. And if I have to cut weight, I can do it. It's because my muscle mass is kind of messed up because I've been retaining a lot of water, ice cream, soda, cakes, Odols, Heineken. Your body retain those things. Yeah, so I'm a little bit of a fat boy, but if I gotta cut weight, I can. But those guys are all muscle, and after cutting everything down, there's nothing left. Like Cyborg's coach said, after we cut all the fat, we're practically cutting muscle. So Anthony Pettis, his physician, the doctor came in and said, "Hey, listen, at this stage is a health risk. He has to rehydrate. Nothing we can do about that. He rehydrated. He missed the weight, but despite that, the event was great. All the fighters came out and they put on real good. But I think the real story that we're missing here is the real story that we're missing here. I'm gonna give you the real story that we're missing behind all this great excitement. I'm gonna get my glasses on. I'm not gonna use my sportscaster voice for this. So here's the real story that we're missing behind this. Well, first of all, I believe that Joe Rogan is gonna get let go from the UFC real soon. Dana White says it's not gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. Once that Fox deal goes through, they're gonna bring in these polished, button-up suit guys. Quite possibly rotate MMA fighters till they pick out the right people. And they probably bring in a chick, like I said they would have, and they did bring a chick in. If you look at, if you ever watch the UFC FS1 fight follow up highlights, there's always a chick and then two fighters. So they're gonna bring another female commentator in, and more than likely you probably see a female commentator in the booth, and you won't see Joe Rogan. The reason why I believe Joe Rogan is on the way up is, one, the new TV deal is different, okay, and they're gonna be able to pick who they want to pick to do the commentating. And two, Dana White said Joe Rogan isn't going anywhere. Well, if Dana White tells me that the sky's blue outside, hey, whatever Dana White says, go in the opposite direction. Last time Dana White said, okay, I have a list of Dana White's unbelievable, ridiculous lies here. It's tons of pages, so I won't read it. I'm just kidding. That's some of that stuff I'm working on. But nonetheless, Dana White said that Jose Aldo pulled out of the fight. If it wasn't broken, it was broken. Dana White said the UFC was not for sale. They were not selling the UFC. Well, guess what? The UFC got sold. Notice that Joe Rogan isn't going anywhere. But Joe Rogan is a smarter man. He knows the UFC is gonna let him go. So he's been telegraphing, trying to put the kibosh on it to make it seem like, hey, I'm the one that's leaving. They're not getting rid of me. I actually left because there might be other things in my life that I want to try or want to do. So respect Joe Rogan. He's got a comedy thing on Netflix. He's an avid hunter. He's got a lot of reality show avenues that he can take. So don't worry about Joe. He's good. And so I know definitely they're gonna get rid of him. And I think that the third reason why I strongly believe they're gonna get rid of him is because he's an advocate of marijuana use. Which, hey, I'm an advocate of medical marijuana too. Being from Jamaica and having experience of medical marijuana myself, I believe it works. I'm an advocate. But not only an advocate of medical marijuana, he's an advocate of mushrooms, smoking the bong with LSD, other things, and opening your third eye. He has his own, what's the word I'm looking for? But I don't want to give wrong information about the guy's beliefs, so I got to be careful of how I phrase this. But he believes that drugs, recreational drug use, is very helpful in helping you to realize certain things about your personality and your spirituality. And I'll leave it at that. So with that out there in this podcast, known in the public, and then they're going to be trying to bring MMA mainstream into mom and pop's own house. So, I don't think Martha and John will approve of that. So, so your 16, 17-year-old guy, kid is watching some guy comment who has a background that, may or may not jive with what you think about recreational drug use. So that's one of the reasons why I believe that we're not going to see Joe Rogan. So that's that. Okay. Now the next bit of news I got here is that the new owners of the UFC. Okay. Normally when you watch UFC event, you see fighters up front. So the new owners will no longer be giving out free tickets. So what they're going to start doing now, they're going to start requiring fighters to pay for their own tickets, which I believe is a bad move because most people could pay the $59.99, stay home, watch the fight. Guys like me, in my fight chair, my own bathroom, my own food, my own, look at this, my own Heineken, my own hoodles, my own stuff. And I can relax and enjoy myself. Okay? When people pay money to go to the fight, they're going for a specific reason. Like Slime X9 is 1976. He went to Bellator recently. And he went to UFC. I think he went to UFC 200. And he took pictures with the fighters, got photo op, and he has pictures of him with Chael Sonnen. He has a picture of him recently with Stitch, the cut man, the world's greatest cut man. So he paid his money so he could go meet and greet the stars. Now, if you take away free tickets from the fighters and you don't put them in the front row and they have to pay, and then decide, hey, I'm not going to pay for something I'm already a part of, screw that. Who's going to do the meet and greet? Who's going to build your brand? Who's going to help the fans come to the event? That's why they come, to see the stars. And if I come and I only see the people on the fight card who's fighting, I'm only going to see them at the press conference, the open workout, and win the fight. But if there's other fighters there, I will see them in the hallway. I'll get to greet them. I'll get to take pictures. I'll get excited. I'll come back next time and I'll bring my friends. You sell the gate out. Not only do you sell the gate out, but you sell merchandise. The fighters who are down front, they're wearing the Reebok gear, they're wearing whatever. You sell merchandise. So this is bad business on the part of the new owners, and it's only a matter of time before they alienate the fighters. It's because you already have the Fighters Association forming, which I'm going to do my next video about that in a couple minutes. But it's only a matter of time before they alienate the fighters. So this event was spectacular. I love the fights. I'll probably do another video about the fights later on. But I always go for the real deal news behind the scenes, what's going on. But this card was good, and I hope that the UFC produce more cards like this, and I hope that the fans will support the martial arts for the skills and the quality of the fights, and not just for the hype. We know Conor McGregor won't be back for a while, but still what's on the table. These guys are fighting their heart out. Now the UFC might be a slimy organization still, but the guys are fighting their heart out, man. So let's get behind them. And I got my next video is gonna be about the new Fighters Association. I'm just amazed, man. This whole martial arts thing, MMA sport, is going in multiple directions. As it goes mainstream, we're seeing a lot of things get, checked off a list. And like I said before, at some point, we're going to see Dana White removed from being the president of operations and put somewhere in a back office where you hardly see him. It's getting there. I said that before, but I think the first step will be them getting rid of Joe Rogan. You see, whenever an organization is acquired by another organization, they have to have one guy they call the cleaner. So they'll fire everybody else and they'll keep that one guy. He's the cleaner. So he'll do all the dirty work, lay off everybody, fire everybody. He'll just do all the slimy stuff, get rid of people, cut the benefits, cut the severance, all type of stuff. And he'll take the blame for it. I'm coming! All right, I'll see you later. Love you. Daddy duty. I'm always on the clock no matter what. All right. So he'll take the blame for it, and everybody in the organization will say that guy was such an a-hole, he was such a slime ball, get him. I'm so glad he's gone. And the new guy that's been waiting in the background, who's been shadowing the Fall Guy, learns everything that the Fall Guy does effectively, start doing those same things because he's had time to shadow, learn, get past the learning curve, get himself familiar with the people, and he comes in. And when he comes in, he's coming in with people having no hatred or malice towards him because the Fall Guy, the first guy, took all the blame. And right now, that's the position I feel that Dana White is going to be in. And that's once they go through that stage where the renegotiations take place, he's going to be the Fall Guy. And then they're going to say, hey, listen, you do have an ownership stake here, but you're going to be in a position where no longer being an upfront position, you're no longer going to be dealing with the fighters. However, you'll get to sit in a back office, and from time to time, we may need you to do certain things. But apart from that, we're going in a different direction. It happens all the time. So that's where I see this going. All right, guys, that's my 2 cents from the fight chair. I got tons of work here today. I got so much work to do. It's crazy. All right, man. Peace out. If you're wondering what this is on my elbow, that's because I'm not supposed to eat seafood. And I went on Friday to this Chinese buffet and they had shrimp. And I just went crazy. All right, guys. Peace out.